Hello, welcome to Dungeons Podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today we're reviewing JLA, A Midsummer Nightmare. This is the deluxe edition trade paperback. It's a hardcover. This goes for 25 US, 34 Canadian. It's written by Mark Waid and Fabian Nicieza, with art by Jeff Johnson and Darick Robertson. Darick Robertson being the main artist on The Boys, which I think he was the only artist. I could be wrong. Look at that sexy Wonder Woman with that '90s like. She looks like somebody from Baywatch. Oh my god. Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure where this when this came out. Let me just double check. 1996. This was a free issue. This was a free issue miniseries. Wow, for free issues, it's pretty thick. It has introduction by Grant Morrison, which I did not read. Honestly, because I don't know, like I like Grant Morrison, but you know, it's like I know like they're like friends or something, so it's like of course you're gonna say the book's good, Grant. Yeah, which he even did, like Grant Morrison even did the introduction to like Irredeemable, which I like that series, but I never finished it. Yeah, so the book is about this scene is the only like woke thing in the book where Kyle Rayner walks by and like two women are making out. So the premise of this book is basically normal people around the world start developing superpowers, right? And all the supervillains and superheroes of the world have basically forgotten their powers and like forgotten that they're superheroes and don't have powers, right? And at first they name drop Mitsoplesk, so I was really hoping that Mitsoplesk wasn't the villain, right? Because like they name drop him, like there's like a reference to him, right? Where like there's like a McDonald's style Mitsoplesk restaurant, and somebody goes there, gets a toy that's basically a piece of green kryptonite, which Clark Kent instinctively cringes at, right? So yeah, like what's going on in this book is Clark Kent is a reporter. You have Batman. Bruce Wayne is like still in charge of his company, right? Wonder Woman, Diana Prince is running like a school for girls, right? Kyle Rayner is a comic book writer slash artist who's working on a comic book called Green Lantern and is late on a deadline, which I really hate when comic books get meta and you have the characters in the comic book like complain about their deadlines. It's like, I get it. Being a comic book writer slash artist is so hard. Oh my god, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like you have Aquaman is working at at some kind of like tuna company, right? Where he only got the job because he as like their environmental PR guy, because he lost his hand at a factory or something, and Garth is running the company. There's Garth. You can see his scar above his eye, right? You have like Martian Manhunter and his family are living on Mars, which it turns out to be Area 51. Spoiler alert. Right. So yeah, I don't know. Also, like Bruce Wayne's parents are alive, right? So what happens one by one? Our characters remember who they who they are, and they start to try to figure out how to figure out, okay, what's going on, who's doing this, and how can they change things back to normal, right? Because the people who are getting superpowers, right, are starting to outnumber the people who don't have superpowers, and they're running around causing chaos, having like superpowered gang fights and stuff, right? So yeah, it's I don't want to spoil like who it is, right? But yeah, you have some. There's the shot of the villain, right? One of the villains, right? But like overall, I thought this was a cool story, right? Batman and Aquaman pretty much don't have much to do. Like, well, actually, you could pretty much say like for like a lot of that's the problem with team books is that a lot of the characters kind of like some of the characters get put out on the back burner and aren't really given that much to do. But like Batman's pretty much the brains, right? And though I kind of feel like they kind of talk Batman up, even though let's be real, like he's probably not that useful, right? Yeah, but they have him to make Batman feel useful. They have him like break into like the complex where the supervillain that's doing everything is at, right? And apparently Batman's so stealthy, even like Superman can't keep track of him, right? So what's going on here is basically you have the supervillain who changed the world is having like this world's new superheroes fight the Justice League, right? Yeah, if I showed any more, it would spoil stuff. Overall, I thought the book was good. There's some cool action. The art is not the greatest. It's a little dated, and like some of the faces are pretty bad. Like Kyle Rayner like looks completely different in like later issues, and like some of the later issues. But overall, I enjoyed this book. And I thought this story was good. And I would totally recommend it. I would give this an 8 out of 10, right? Yeah, I enjoyed this book. Man, I kind of hate like Kyle Rayner's like mask, not costume, because it's like, where's his nose at? like come on, like that. It looks completely flat, and it looks like it's pressed up to his eyes. Where's your nose, buddy? So dumb. But yeah, I enjoyed this book, man, and I feel really bad for like the Martian Manhunter in this book because he loses his family like twice, and it is extremely pissed off. Like he wants to kill somebody at the end of the book when they go to rescue him. This kind of reminded me. Actually, you know what? This book kind of reminded me of Flashpoint, the Jeff Johns book. I'm not saying Flashpoint ripped this off, but it's like very similar. So if you're a fan of Flashpoint, you would probably like this, though this isn't as dark and as brutal as like Flashpoint was. But it's still a good book, right? So for my next review, we're reviewing Extraordinary X-Men, Volume 1, X-Haven, which is written by Jeff Lemire, right? It's an X-Men team book which has Old Man Logan in the book, which I'm like a little confused how he's on the team. I'm looking forward to that explanation. So yeah, that's it for this review, guys. Peace out.